Well, you've all seen where I sleep and where I scan some of my art and play some of my guitar. We can look at the last couple parts of my house. Actually, there's like 3 more parts of my house. So let's look at my closet once. And then we'll all come out of the closet. Not in that way, you fucking sickos. I got a joined closet with my son's room, so actually I put this blanket up here, otherwise like the light from his room shines in mine and the light in my room shines into his. So if we go through this blanket, there's a door here, but I never, keep it open. So you go through here, here's my closet. It's going to be hard to shoot stuff in here, so it's really, really cramped. Anyway, the closet area it's supposed to be half mine and half his, but most of his room is in here too because he's got so many toys. Anyway, there are my shirts. And down on the floor there is where I keep a lot of my costumes. A lot of my different suits that I wear, like my Iron Man suit and stuff. There's some stuffed animals down there. And up there is where I have some of my home defense stuff. My 30-30 rifle is in this case, and I got a 22 rifle up here for my home defense. I keep locks on it everywhere, and so I'm a big supporter of the Second Amendment. I'm not going to get into a debate about it. I do believe in guns and protecting yourself and self-defense. Here's some of my 30-30 ammunition that Mr. Carl Howland got me. Thanks, Carl. And down there's a bunch of Connor's Legos, train sets, everything you can think of, his toy soldiers, Star Wars ships. Of course, I accidentally fall and step on those all the time, so that's why they look like shit right now. Here's a bunch of other stuff. He's got board games up there, but we hardly ever play board games. I fucking hate board games, by the way. That's just me. The original Jurassic Park compound, it might look battered up, but it's actually got all of its pieces yet. He just kind of got them scattered all over the place. The original Ninja Turtle van, Ninja Turtle sewer playset. This thing that Shredder and the Foot Soldiers always rode in. Some Buzz Lightyear spaceships. This was actually mine when I was a kid. That my dad got me one Christmas. I wanted it so fucking bad, and he got it for me. Down there is a huge bucket of just assorted toys that Connor doesn't even look at anymore. Tons of guns, Hulk hands, Captain America's shields in there. In that box, he's got toys piled on top of it, but he's got more guns. This box is full of, like, Thomas train set stuff that he doesn't really play with anymore. But anyway, this closet door leads to my son's room. Well, it's dark in there right now, but we're going to go around to the other way and go through in that way. So we exit my bedroom and keep walking this way. And we come to my son's room, which is right around here. Well, this is another interesting part of the house, but I'm going to warn you, this is also the dirtiest part of the house. No matter how many times I go through his room, it always ends up looking like a fucking wreck. He's 6 years old. Doesn't believe in cleaning up after himself, no matter how many times I get on him about it. And when I go through his room, it usually takes me about a good week to go through everything and organize stuff and clean everything up. But I want to show you some stuff because some of this stuff was actually mine when I was a kid, and it's kind of fun to look back. Up there, he's got shit tons of Imaginext toys. Actually, this whole shelf right here, this whole cabinet is just all Imaginext toys. We get down there, those are like comic book cartoony characters down there. It's a huge Millennium Falcon, the Star Wars Rebel Hero series Millennium Falcon. Go watch the Connor's Toy Box episode where we review that. Of course, he's got stuffed animals on the floor. He's got shit tons of stuffed animals. And there's a big pile of them next to his bed. There's the carton of superheroes down there. These are all like superhero type action figures. He's got Kiss figures in there, Batman, everything you can think of. This is kind of like his science fiction shelf. Like in here we got Godzilla toys and WWE wrestlers. I don't know why his Stegosaurus is sitting there, but he's got Jurassic World Legos and toys all in each case. You can't forget about Jurassic World ever. That's why they need to be with everything. Here's like G.I. Joes and like little Walmart core guys, really cheap G.I. Joes. These are pretty much all mine. These are all Star Wars and Star Trek action figures from when I was a kid. So he's got them now under Scotty. Geordi's in there, and Worf, and Captain Kirk. The alien from Independence Day. Those are all Star Wars spaceships. Most of those were mine from when I was a kid, too. Down there, these are like micro machines and stuff. Like old Star Wars. More old Star Wars toys again. The Star Wars Hero Series X-Wing Fighter, which is kind of a crappy toy, but I'm going to do a review on it later. And up there, he's got Grimlock from Transformers Age of Extinction, which was a really shitty movie, even though I didn't see it. And here he's got the steel cage WWE Raw wrestling ring, which is really cool. But this, I love this. I didn't get to have one of these when I was a kid, so it was really important that Connor got to have one. He still loves Ghostbusters, just not as much as I did growing up. It's the original Firehouse playset. It's all, original working order, perfect shape. It's hard to touch one of these cheap on eBay nowadays, but Santa Claus brought him one with 100% all the parts and stuff. Specially made Ghostbusters 2 logo. That wasn't original, but I wanted it on there because Ghostbusters 2 is my favorite one out of both movies. And going down, got a bunch of his Ninja Turtles, more Ghostbuster stuff. 2 Ecto-1s and the beetle that turned into a praying mantis. He's got an Ecto-1 for the first movie and for the second one. Had to make sure he had that. And down here he's got all of his Ninja Turtles too. He's got Ninja Turtles from like every era mixed in here, each cartoon series. So he really does love his Ninja Turtles, even though he doesn't pay attention to the show that much. He watches the new Nickelodeon show. Yeah, he's got Ninja Turtles from every era. Even mine when I was a kid, there's Michelangelo with like Hawaiian shit on. The sewer playset, along with a ton of Jurassic Park toys just thrown on the ground. Connor's another person that needs a fan on while he sleeps. And a big pile of action figures that never got put away, like Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. Connor also loves his posters. Some of these were mine when I was a kid. Some of these I had to pay top dollar for, like that Garfield poster back there, because they weren't widely available. I paid $20 for that. That one was really fucking hard to find. The Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life one. I had to pay $50 fucking for that poster, because it was kind of rare. I got it off of eBay. And of course he's got all of his other stuff, his Avengers stuff. A Justin Bieber poster. The reason I have that is because I drew Arnold Schwarzenegger back there and made it Justin versus the Terminator. I think we all know who'd win. Of course, there's pictures I drew and pictures he drew, and the SpongeBob talking action figure. He's kind of creepy. Well, he used to talk, but I think his batteries are dead. He was kind of cool, but if you look at him, he looks like he could come alive on the shelf and kill everyone. Just the way, like, his eyes look. Creepy. Of course, Connor's got, like, a junk shelf. There's all his books and his art stuff and puzzles. That's a mess, but I haven't found another way to organize this stuff yet. That's all Jurassic World stuff and Hot Wheels and dinosaurs and shit. And that's Connor's room. A huge fucking pigsty. Alright, well, let's go to the last part of the house. We'll walk this way. Through the kitchen, this way. And right over here through these doors. This is like the back room where I do all my laundry and shit. Let's take a look over here. Spooky. Yeah, it's kind of dark in here. This room right here, like, I don't know. It's just a laundry room, but it's also kind of like I don't have a basement on this house. We just have like a crawl space. Our house sits like way below like lake level and stuff, so the place wasn't built with a basement or anything. This house was actually built. It's a 2-part house, and I rent from Austin, my brother-in-law. His house was actually a bar in like the 1950s, but my part of the house was built a lot later in like the 70s or something like that. So we just have a crawl space. He doesn't actually have anything under his house but a slab of concrete, which sucked for him because if he's got a drill to fix any pipes or whatever, yeah, it's like what I said, he's going to have to drill through the concrete. Anyway, like here's where some of my posters end up that I don't really want anywhere else in the house. There's my dryer. Stuff I'm going to put on eBay, like my guitars, space heaters for winter, Austin's television. I guess just shit that just piles up that you'd normally put in a basement ends up here. This, however, when I do like Spider Cats videos, I'll always put this on. Just for the, ambiance of my videos. For a little more personality. Of course, I got my Star Wars posters too back there. I gotta put something right there because it's kind of empty. That was one of my first amplifiers. One of my best friends, Tony Stroma, gave that back to me. So it's yet another thing that was a part of my past that ended up back with me in my museum. Over here's our coats. My green screens I use to film certain things. A blue screen. Another garbage. The Joker. But anyway, if I want to film anything like really creepy back here, it's perfect setting. I haven't really cleaned it up much. I mean, there's cobwebs, old looking pipes. The furnace, there's a water heater back here. It looks really fucking creepy, which is really cool. But it's the only part of the house that looks like this. That's why I kind of like it. Like if I want to film anything like horror-ish eventually, or something to do something to do with A Nightmare on Elm Street would be perfect back here. This is also where I keep a lot of my holiday stuff. Like there's all my Christmas stuff, my tree stand for my Christmas tree, like Halloween stuff. Really, not a whole lot to say about this part of the house. Anyway, I guess this is the last part of the tour. Well, hopefully you all enjoyed this little tour of the Nerdpad, which is also Metal Spider Studio. Not much of a studio, but it's where I do all my work and all my videos that you guys watch on a daily basis. And once again, it pretty much is a museum. I had stories about almost everything in the house, which probably led on longer than it should have, but I like to remember certain parts of my life that led me to this point right now. I don't want to forget the people that gave me certain things, or the people that came into my life and left my life, or the people that are currently in my life. But I also like looking back on all this stuff and trying to recapture the stuff I felt when I was a kid. It's also when you look at this place, everyone always wonders why I never want to go out to bars or anything like that, or a lot of the other stuff that adults like to do. If you look at my place, why would I want to leave? I like this stuff. Not to mention the characters and a lot of the stuff in all of these things were always there for me, even when no one else was. There's a lot of points in my life where I felt alone, and I didn't feel so alone when I can relate to a lot of the characters and stories and a lot of these things. Things that the things that these stories belong to. I like to think of this place also like the Batcave, because if you ever read a comic book, a Batman comic book, or watched any of the animated stories, Batman always had little things of his past battles in the Batcave. Like, I remember he had, the Riddler's cane, or this dinosaur from whatever park he had a fight at. Just little things. You have, the Robin suit, the Nightwing suit, the Batgirl suit, like all that kind of stuff. My house is kind of like that. I got stuff from almost every point of my life. And I think it's a pretty fun place for my son to grow up in, too. But before this goes on any longer, hope you enjoyed. Maybe I'll do another one of these when things change in a few years or something, but this is something I always wanted to do. I wanted to share my place with everyone. I'm going to go edit all this film I just recorded, so I'll see you all next time.